Welcome, welcome. I'm Dee, and this is the Unguided Life where I am taking it one day at a time, bring you guys along for the journey to hold me accountable as I budget my way through life. If you haven't guessed it, we need to set up for our December budget. Okay? Yes, we're in the last month of the year. I hope this past Thanksgiving weekend you got a lot of rest, because you got to put in a lot of work this December to reach your goals before the end of the year. And I'm rooting for you because I'm rooting for myself. This will be the last month that I'll be actually using the LiQWYD Twins planner. I've already set it up. This is the last quote of the planner itself. I've already told you my pros and cons and why I'm switching from this planner, but now I'm having buyer's remorse. And I may or may not have actually found the planner that I'm going to use in 2022. I don't know. I'm just sitting on the fence, but I got to make a decision, okay? So we're going to open up to the monthly layout. And hopefully that's all in there that you can see it. So this layout is actually called Fall Floor from Jennifer Bleacher on Life in Envelopes. I liked it so much when I bought it a couple months ago. I said this was going to be my December pattern. I just love this print and these colors for winter decor in my home. And so, or Christmas decor, should I say. So I decided to use this. This is an EC 7x9. It does not technically fit this planner. You can make some tweaks if you choose to make it fit perfect, but I'm not a perfect person. Everything does not have to be perfect. So with the kit, it came the header here and the note bar, as well as the date dots. My December budget goes from December 3rd to December 30th. I will be only dedicating 2 of my paychecks from my employer to this budget. Though December is actually a magic month because I do get paid again on the 31st, the 3rd and the 17th is the only 2 of my employer paychecks that will apply to my expenses in December. I will receive my stipend on the 1st, which does fall in November budget, but I'm not going to apply it until December 3rd. So I put a note here, let myself know I'm expecting to get paid. Another pay you're expected to give. Also, I do have a lot of wiggle room to be able to, or a little wiggle room to actually buy gifts for people I usually buy gifts for. I did start picking up gifts from my sinking funds, the money for my sinking funds. So I haven't dipped into my budget yet, but I did apply this $100 for my budget, and we'll see how that looks. These stickers, the payday stickers and the expense trackers, they come from Megan with her Courage to Plant. And just to clear that white space, I put in just a little scripture here, okay? Just so it can give me all the feels to reach my goal in December, okay? As you can see the layout, there's a couple things missing, and we're going to talk about that when we get to our monthly budget overview or our detail view. Sorry about that. I just threw it on the floor. Didn't have room on my desk for some reason. It's crowded over there. I'll figure it out. Well, this is December monthly budget overview. This is a worksheet I created by myself, but was inspired by Rochelle Adamson of Rochelle Adamson Budget. And I did make some tweaks because I like to see the percentage. I was always using these numbers and put in a percentage, but it doesn't make any sense if I can't compare it. So now I have a section for budgeted and actual. So I'll fill in the left side of each of these, and then when I do my review, I'll go and put in the actuals, and then we'll put those percentages numbers next to it so we can see exactly how that looks. So in order to fill all of this out, we have to fill out our December or our monthly budget overview, which is detailed. It breaks everything down. So let's start with the monthly goals. I'm going to turn it, and sorry, I know people don't like that, but my wrist loves it. We have still our goal we need to meet is our emergency fund. So I'm going to stay with the same path that I stayed before, and $570. That's what needs to go towards that goal from my budget to ensure I reach this by the end of the year. And the rest should come from elsewhere. I am still on my mindful spending kick. So what I will not be doing is putting a number to my my envelope system categories. So let's talk about the income. The only income we're going to account for is the stipend that I'm going to receive, plus 2 paychecks from my employer, and I always base off the minimum. And so $3,344.14. We do not account for any savings, rollover, or bonus in the beginning of the month. So $3,344.14 is what we'll be working with. As you can see, we have the expenses. Starting with rent. Rent is $0. The reason why is because, remember, from November, I pulled the $715 to apply towards rent. So in the December budget, it won't be reflected because it'll be already paid. So the first actual bill that I need to focus on will be my car note. And then we have Netflix, life insurance. Credit card number 1 does have a high balance. And from the review that you will see, you should have noticed that I was saying that of the envelope system amount from November, not all of it went towards those expenses right out. So I still do have to plug some money into my credit card. So this amount, when it's time to pay it, may not be this amount when everything is said and done. We'll figure that out when it comes down to it. Storage is the same. Credit card number 4 does have a balance of 0%, and I'm going to work on paying that off. I have until January 2023, but I'm going to work on just paying it down from month to month. I do actively use it, and I do actively pay it off. But some of these came from purchasing items that I knew that I wanted to leave a small balance onto this card with. So $100 is where we're starting, and it may not have to be $100 again. It's all in when I continue reconciling the budget if I have wiggle room. Cable is the same. The water went down $9, and the electric. Okay, so when I recorded this, some of my personal information was showing, so I had to re-record this portion. So basically, I wanted to show you that the reason why I don't have an electric bill that's due is because I have a credit. And because I'm in the budget billing plan, which keeps my monthly charge steady, from the beginning of this plan year into the end, I've contributed $861 into this plan. But I only used $716.48. So that left me a credit of $144.52. My usage for the last usage period, as you can see, was the $64.55 plus the taxes. So we're at $69.07. So it's less than my budget billing. So what they do is they simply just apply the budget billing amount to the credit amount, and that gives me the $42.52 credit. Because of how my usage has been going, my new budget billing plan monthly amount is going to be $88 for the first quarter, because they switched up their methods. Now, each year you will be assigned a certain amount for the whole year. Now they're doing every quarter. They reevaluate your usage and they adjust this amount to how your usage is. So we'll see if this will go up and down the second quarter, or and hopefully down. Like I said, that because it's me, I shouldn't be using that much usage. And looking at this bill here, this is normal usage. There's nobody here but me. And so this is a standard charge. This is a standard charge. And of course, that's the standard charge. This amount is what it's based off. So I use the energy charge of $49.61. I've only used 598 kilowatts. So this is kind of tell me where I'm at with that. I used to go read the meter myself just to make sure they ain't lying, but they've been really accurate, so I left them alone. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to go ahead and say about this portion and why I don't have a bill. Now back to the video. $115. So by the end, I was paying 102, and now you see I'm at 88. So we'll see how that goes. I like budget billing because I can monitor my bill, and I don't have to just wait on Duke to do it. Phone bill is the same from last month actual. Let's see what we have. Credit card number 2, I'm going to put $113. The internet, as stated, I did receive, or I don't know if I mentioned it, or you'll see it in the budget closeout, but I received a $10 off my bill in November for just doing a checkup. Luckily, I did that checkup because the bill was actually $45.11 and not the $43.96 that I am used to paying. They went up on their services, which led to there being a credit, but the credit didn't balance out the bill. It just lowered it from where it should be. So $45.11. And additionally, when I did the checkup, it was a higher speed. I can go to the next level, which is probably still, so I was on the slowest. Now I'm just probably on slow. And so, yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with them in 2022, but we will see. I haven't had any complaints. Like, I didn't have any complaints with the slow one either, other than when I upload. But if I keep the videos at a certain length, I'm good. So we will see. I did purchase something on credit card number 3. It's just something small. I'm going to pay that off. I often do this just to keep this card active as a store credit card. And giving and gifts, I stated to you what that was for. So that's $1,940.18. That's what we have here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put the $3,344.14 here. We know we're going to have to minus, and then what's the total expenses, but let's talk about that. I don't plan to put anything in buffer in the beginning of the month, nor in extra debt. We already know for savings, we're going to put that $570 there. Now, I do have some things to do for myself. So I am going to, and I calculated to make sure I'll have enough to go towards that. So that's going to be $350. And so let's just make sure. We're just going to minus everything and see what we have remaining. Okay, $483.96. That's what we're going to be working with per this budget. This is minimal. Anything can happen. But that's where we're sitting at. I'm just going to add this all together because I want to make sure that it equals the $3,344.14. So every dollar is accounted for. And then we're just going to move back over to our monthly budget overview. And we already know when it comes to the income, we're starting with our bare minimum of $3,344.14. That all comes from the paycheck. So we just put that there, $3,344.14. So for giving, so giving is set at, and we're just going to use our little cheat sheet here. You may not be able to see everything. That's totally fine. This is basically for me. And so giving $334.41. So for savings is going to include the $570 and the $100 gift. So that's actually going to be $670. For housing includes rent, which we don't have this to pay out of the December budget. The next thing we have is cable, which is $10.91. The water bill, which is $30. Electric, we don't have a bill this month. And then we have the internet, which is $45.11. So for housing expenses, that's $86.02. Then we have insurance. Insurance is renters value personal property, which is already paid. I should get notification about that in mid-December to find out exactly if I'm going to stay with the current company or move on. The next insurance we have is life insurance. We have OnStar, and then we have our auto insurance. So that's $295.99. For lifestyle includes Netflix, of course. Then we have our storage. Then we have our phone bill at $169.73. Hulu at $13.90. We have Stars at $9.62. And that should be it. So that's $215.66. Then for debt includes everything that's going to go and never come back. And it occurs every month, but when it's paid off, it's done. So for debt, I include credit cards payments. So that's $323.17 for credit card number 1. Credit card number 4 is $100. The next thing we have is student loans at $75. We have credit card number 2 at $113, and credit card number 3, which is $16.79. And I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, my car. The car is dead. Okay, so that's $908.10. Now for the envelope system, we're going to put the $483.96. And then for sinking funds, we're just going to put $350. So we're just going to go ahead and put the $3,344.14. And we're just going to add everything up. So $483.96, $350, $215.66, $86.02, $295.99, $670, and $334.41. And bada bing, bada boom, it equals. So every dollar is accounted for. And that is my December budget. Another easy peasy setup, not complicated. Just know where your money is going. Okay, so know where your money is going. Put a plan to it and work towards sticking to that plan. All right, y'all. In the meantime, in between time, peace out.